This SHOT Show 2016 coverage is brought to you by Falcor Defense and Midwest Industries. Be sure to click the links in the description to learn more about those great companies. All right, guys, so we're off the SHOT Show floor. I've got some of my buddies here. I've got Brennan LaBeouf here on my right from Nolatac. I've been lucky enough to know Brennan for a few years now. We met back in Indiana, right?
Yep.
You were training at the time?
Yep, we was doing, I think it was a YouTube event we were doing.
Yeah. It was quite a few years ago. Brennan's a great guy, super huge amount of knowledge, very, very talented. And then we got William over here from HSGI. How are you, man?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yes.
You enjoying SHOT Show so far?
I'm recovering nicely.
You're still hungover, aren't you? That's okay. All right, so we've got some new things here from HSGI and Nolatac, some innovations, some different thought processes. Do you want to kind of go over these for the people at home and tell them why these things are special, different, etc.?
Sure. New for high-speed gear in 2016, we have the Slim Grip and Sure Grip slotted belt. We've had some reach back from our customer base, and they wanted a belt that they could attach non-standard PALS mountable equipment to, but they still wanted the ability to attach PALS equipment to. So what we did is we went to the drawing board. Now on this one here, I have a Safari Land holster. The belt comes out, attached to the holster, belt goes back in. Going all the way around the belt, I have a Surefire 6P with one of the Surefire holsters, and then I have a 1110 TQ mount. Then our normal double pistol, radio pouch, and rifle taco. You can also, a lot of guys complain about how am I going to attach my Kydex holster from their favorite manufacturer, whether it's Black Point, Raven, High Threat Concealment. Well, now with the 175 loops that those companies make, simply pop the belt out, go through the loops, the holster, and then back in, and now you don't have to worry about using a malice clip or rigging up some type of garage-made device to attach a holster.
Sure. So it kind of simplifies the attachment process.
Yes, it does. We did this in both the Sure Grip and the Slim Grip models.
So I know a lot of guys are out there looking for cool gear for their training classes and things like that, but you also have the military and the police market as well, right? That's like your core audience.
That is our core audience, then the responsibly armed citizen or the person who wants to exercise their Second Amendment,
sure,
and be serious about what they do, and they want quality gear, American-made. They want it to last for them.
Yeah, and guys, I've used these products in the past. I did a review on my old channel, and I'll tell you what, this stuff is top-notch, and it is American-made, yeah?
Yes, everything that we make is made in Swansboro, North Carolina. We have 100% American labor force, and all of our textiles are American-made. So not only when you buy from High Speed Gear, you're supporting American jobs in North Carolina, you're supporting American jobs throughout the country from the different textile firms that we purchase our raw materials from.
That's incredible, man. I think that's I'm seeing a paradigm shift in our industry and seeing a lot of guys really putting focus on that, and it's incredible to watch. And I'm super pumped that you guys are doing that as well and kind of have been one of the leaders of that charge. All right, Brendan, so we've also got a new pouch that you have worked with HSGI on for Nolatac.
Yep. Last year around this time, we came out with the M3T, the multi-mission medical taco, which is a larger style, kind of what I would consider like a duty or really more geared towards military medical kit, full IFAC. Will fit pretty much everything you need based on kind of TCCC standards. What we were finding is that while it will certainly work for police officers on duty, it can be a little cumbersome, and especially for us slimmer guys, the real estate on a guy's waist starts when you look at tasers, pepper spray, batons, magazines, radios, all that stuff. There's very little real estate. So we're really trying to push hard for law enforcement for their own protection as well as those they serve, to have medical equipment on board, because oftentimes, if they take a round, run into the car, it's just not an option. So what we came up with now is the O3D, the on or off duty medical pouch. It's about half the size of an M3T. It has PALS on the back, so it can be mounted to a plate carrier or a war belt or something like that. So if you want a smaller profile kit, you could do that. But one of the main things is that it's able to go around pretty much any belt, up to a little bit more than a 2-inch police leather duty belt. It would just slide behind the belt and come back and Velcro on itself. So when I'd open it, I could leave it there and work on it off the belt, or I could just pull the whole unit off. And then from there, this is a flap that allows you to add another set of gloves, because again, for patrol work, lots of times we have to put gloves on outside of a medical need. So just to be able to get to a set of gloves quick, use them, I can go back to the car and refill them later without having to get into the kit. Then it opens up. There's a place here on the side for a full tourniquet, what I call a primary tourniquet, a CAD or a soft or something like that. And again, it'll fit either one of those. Once it opens up, It's compartmentalized with shock cord. On this particular one, I happen to have a dual chest seal, quick lock combat gauze, pair of gloves, NPA, and this happens to be a 4-inch Israeli dressing. But you could pretty much put anything you want to put in it. We've been able to put pretty much everything but the decompression needle from our ITK in it. Most agencies are not even going to let their guys carry needles, and then it pretty much, it pretty much just folds back up, and then, like I said, you just come over and attach it on there.
I really like how simple that is. That's one of my biggest complaints is somebody that I'm not an operator. Look at me. That's not me. I don't try to play that game, and I prefer the simple method to get to whatever. If I need this stuff, it's got to be ready to go, and you know that, of course, because you've done multiple pouches now.
It's also appropriate for people who want to have a med kit for EDC. I'm really more of an ankle guy when it comes to EDC stuff, and kind of a little bit of a foreshadowing. We're kind of working on a component that will allow this to, in its configuration, allow it to also be adapted to work on the ankle. Okay. That would be an aftermarket piece. But again, having it available is probably the most important thing. You can have all this great gear in the world and all this nice stuff, but if it's not where you need it when you need it, it's kind of a moot point.
Cool. That's super exciting. What else do we have here, guys? I know we've got a couple things.
So this is a Nolatac product, separate from High Speed Gear. This is the Mid-P, which is actually a pretty simple product. It's one of those ones that I said, okay, I better do this before someone else does. Kind of your more popular ear protection, your Sordens, your Howard Lights, your Peltors. A lot of guys like to put Velcro on the side, either for morale patches or for more practical means, either putting maybe glint tape or an APALS light, marker light, or ID or whatever. So lots of people just cut it out with adhesive Velcro, and that will certainly work. But if you don't cut it out just right, you end up getting some overlap, and over time, it starts to just want to peel off, and it gets real gross. So what we ended up doing was taking the most popular tactically oriented or in the shooting world Electronic Ear Pro, went ahead and catted out the patterns for it, and it comes with an alcohol swab and some and again, this is all U.S. made. It's U.S. source components, so you can clean it up, put it on there, and it helps you have a nice clean location to put any type of ID, morale or ID patches, and that's pretty much what the
and for patch whores like myself, that's kind of fun. You can swap out. You got a whole bunch of different Ear Pro. You can put something silly on there, or like you said, serious. I think that's really cool. What else do we got here, man? There was a couple more things you wanted to talk about.
Yes, new released as of last week for SHOT, and the guys who went to the Ball So Harder party with RE Factor and Four Guys Guns and Falcor got the new lightweight Taco, or the Taco LT. The ones at the party were done in a limited edition black and gold as the theme of the party. This Taco here is 30% lighter, and that was due to requests from some of our customers who want to have a lighter package, because once they start putting 5, 6, 7, 8 pouches across their plate carrier, across their war belt, and different systems, they wanted ounces as pounds, pounds as pain. So we went back to the drawing board. We adjusted our laminate and some of our injected molded for our side brackets, and used a new vinyl backer that's just as strong as our sewn-on PALS component in the back, in conjunction with our HSG clips. So now we've reduced the weight 30% in the Taco, and you can also take this Taco and ball it up. You can ball it up in a ball. It folds flat on itself, so after you pull a magazine out, it'll collapse. AK guys and 308 guys who shoot those big heavy metal guns will find that the Taco LTs are a little better just due to the construction of the magazine with that hump. Since the bracket is a little bit more malleable, just as strong but a little bit more malleable, it will go over that lip. And then with the 308 mags, it'll actually, at the bottom of it, it will actually conform a little better to those 308 mags, like from Lancer, from Magpul, and those FAL mags.
That's awesome, man. I think I really, really like this design. Again, simple, light, better. This is the kind of stuff that the non-competitive guy, the guy that just likes to have fun, this is super valuable for them, beyond the normal use of the tacos, I think it kind of opens it up to an additional market, and that's really cool to see. I guess, guys, that is our look at the HSGI and Nolatac products for SHOT Show 2016. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
No, man, thanks for coming out. It's always fun to catch back up at SHOT, and hopefully next year we'll have some more cool stuff.
Hell yeah, man. How about you? Anything to add?
No, man, just keep doing what you're doing. We love the channel, the Gun Collective. If you're not watching it, you better be.
Thanks so much, guys. As always, we got to say thank you to our sponsors for this year, Falcor Defense and Midwest Industries, for helping us get to SHOT Show and bring this coverage to you guys at home. So as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon.